Yeah, I know. Like I said, I mean, that's his job. That's his karma. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna push that nonsense, and he's given a lot of money to do that, right? I mean, like people have, I don't know. I mean, I don't mean you specifically, but I mean just like people need to realize that when billionaires borrow billions of dollars, they're not just agreeing to pay that back. They're also agreeing to a whole bunch of other stipulations, such as, hey, you need to push this narrative or push that narrative. And yeah, so I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying people need to be smarter so that they don't need to have the so-called UBI. All UBI, just for those of you who don't understand what UBI is a bailout for giant banks, giant companies. That's all UBI is. UBI is just a bailout. Because they know that you understand, it's the same giant mega corporations that own everything, so they're going to give you a bunch of money and then you're going to spend it back in their giant mega. I'm like, come on, that's ridiculous. Okay, that's company store type crap. Here's some store credit, and I'll go back and spend it in the store. Like, that's all this is. That is complete nonsense. Knowing full well that if people are taken care of to that extent, or you're not really taken care of, they're actually unaliving you softly. It's a form of soft genocide is actually what that is, and just to be replaced with dumber and dumber people. That's the idea. Remember, you have to understand, a lot of these people now can't create anything. They are not creative people. They're not anymore. They know how to copy, but they can't create anything. They can't do anything from scratch. They can't be creative in their own life. So all they can do is destroy, right? If you can't build, then you destroy, right? If you're not able to build anything, then you have to destroy something. And what you do is you destroy the people around you so that you can be smarter by contrast. In other words, if you went around, for example, how would you become the ruler of the world? Go poke everybody's eyes out with forks, right? And then, you have your eyes and they don't. Well, I mean, man in the land of the blind, the man with both eyes is king, right? So that's how that kind of thing works. And this is what they're all attempting. This is, this is exactly what they're all attempting. They're attempting to have this kind of existence for people where they're just getting dumber and dumber and dumber. And they constantly have to go back to the ruling class for more advice of like, what should I do? What should I do? As opposed to, in my case, I'm the opposite. I'm saying, probably stop asking all these people. Why don't you use the brain that you have? You have a brain for a reason. It either evolved because out of nothing 80 billion years ago, nothing exploded, and so now you have a brain, and you are supposed to use it in order to function inside of evolution. Or 6,000 years ago, God spoke everything into existence and gave you a brain so that you wouldn't waste his fucking time. Right? I don't care which one you pick. I don't clan, so you guys, whatever, you guys can argue about it, the meaning of everything all you want, but when it comes to the practical reality that is this life, you're probably not supposed to just be what I would consider to be, at that point, food. Okay? I mean, it's eat or be eaten, right? Now, I mean, these people are, for the most part, cannibals, if you understand what they're doing. Softening you up. I mean, it's like, dude, I mean, it's, make you fat, all that kind of stuff. I mean, like, this is exactly what they're doing. I mean, they show you all this shit. So that's what UBI is. And this, once again, everybody's going to be replaced by robots. No. That everybody's going to be, lots of Americans will be replaced by cheap labor from the third world. Now that'll happen. But keep in mind, these guys who say this kind of stuff, it's just like Ted Danson back in, I think, the 80s said, oh my God, we only have 10 years left to save the planet, otherwise we're all going to die. AOC claiming that we're all going to, like, come on. These guys say this stupid shit, and they know that it plays with a handful of people. It's why, for those people who ask me periodically, like, man, how come your account never grows? Dude, none of what I talk about, like, nobody wants to hear any of this. because it's just reality. Okay, it's just scientific reality. It's objective. Anybody can look at it. And when you think in those terms, like, well, that means that all the scams end up going away. Yeah, it becomes really hard to scam people if they know what the fuck is going on in the world. It becomes really hard to scam people who know how the trick is done, right? It's not just my account that say this, and there's other accounts, all over the internet that are finally starting to talk about this kind of stuff. That are starting to say, yeah, all of this is becoming, it is, and you can fix it not with more isms. Like you guys, man, the Marxist communist people out there, you guys, man, you can, I mean, you as with a lot of things, you got the diagnosis down pat. You figured out the problem. The solution, though, is not just more government, because government is just your collective greed and incompetence. All you'll be is right back in the same rat race. No, more isms aren't the solution to that. It's actually getting rid of a lot of that stuff and just having honest currency and honest weights and measures. That will do the most work for anybody. That'll solve a lot of problems. Well, but it won't solve poverty. No, you will never solve poverty. Please stop trying. You will never solve poverty, because not everybody wants to be rich. Not everybody wants that. So no, you will never have the solution to poverty. What you can do is stop stealing from people. You can stop stealing from people. That you can do. And you can leave them be. And you can let them figure things out on their own. Or you can assist them if they ask for help. But that's it, right? That's how you would go about something like that. And you stop stealing from them by not inflating their currency. And you don't inflate their currency by not constantly counterfeiting. Your common enemy, for all of you out there, are the counterfeiters. It's the bankers and the counterfeiters, the people that are conjuring all of this and distorting commerce, natural, normal, organic commerce that would exist without any of this.